Alright guys, this is Ian with Birdies, and I'm back with another video for you today. Today I have two bags that are of similar caliber and they are similar capacity. They are medium-sized bags within their company lineup. Although this one over here is a European Birdies Frid II. This one is one of European's top premium bags. Europe right now has three bags, I believe. It is the one is Pure from Estonia. The other one is the Seeger from Norway. I think that retails for $300, but it's on sale for $250 right now. I'm trying to get one, but I haven't gotten a chance to do that yet. And then the Frid II, which was at $500, but it's on sale for $399. I don't know if that sale is still going on right now. But out of all three companies, this one is the most expensive. And after using it for quite some time now, it does rival the American premium bag, top premium bag, which is the Pound Octothorpe, and that's what I have right here. Just to point out something here, Pound does have a bag that is a slightly bigger size than this bag. It's called the Octo Haul. It does carry a little bit more items, and it does carry a little bit more discs, especially in the putter compartment. But I just felt that the Octothorpe is probably the most equivalent and the most comparable to the European Birdies Frid II. This is my first European bag. I'm hoping to get other bags in the future, but that is for down the road. And I figured I would do a comparison so you guys can see the difference, and you guys can hopefully make an informed decision on which bags you want to get next as your next bag. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and start with the bags here. I have the close-up of the bags. We're going to start with the putter pockets. And before I go to the putter pockets, I just want to point out the hull loops on these back really quick here. So we're going to start with the European Birdies. This one does sit a little bit lower than the Octothorpe. As you can see, there's a huge difference with this one. I can fit my whole hand in here versus the small little opening on the Frid II here. They are both functional. I've used this hull loop on the course and I've used both. I mean, this one still functions just fine. Some people who have longer fingers or just bigger hands, they might prefer this hull loop over the Frid II. On the Pound here, the straps that are used, it is like the seatbelt strap material. However, it does feel thinner, which is the first time I've ever said that about Pound bags. Because comparing it to the Frid II, this feels a lot smoother. The weave in the webbing on this hull loop is much more fine, and it's thicker. So it's thicker and smoother, and it's more firm. As you can see, I can do this on the Pound, and this, it doesn't have as much give. And I'm putting more pressure on this. If I do this on the Pound, this is what I get. So yeah, it's just to show you how thick this hull loop is between the two bags. Okay, so let's go ahead and take it back here and start with the putter pocket. On the Frid II, the pocket is a little bit wider across the top of the bag here compared to the Pound. We have all the zippers on the Frid II. My understanding is that they are YKK zippers and they are water resistant or waterproof zippers. I think they're water resistant. And they could be waterproof, but they are thick zippers, and it runs throughout the whole entire bag. All the zippers are of that same material. The top material here, all along the top of the bag, is 500D Cordura. There is 1000D Cordura on this bag. It runs along this side pocket, this bottom piece right here, and the bottom of the bag, running across the bottom right here. But on the side pocket here is still 500D and not the 1000D. Back to the putter pocket, we have this nice flap, and the inside, it's got the nice webbing accent here to kind of keep everything tied together, keep all the stitching tied together so that it's not fraying everywhere. And then opening up, we have the cavernous opening. We have this nice 200D nylon, I believe this is like Atlantic green or something, liner here. It's already kind of dirty from all the discs. But inside the pocket, there is a felt lined material pocket in the back here. This is for your laptop. I believe it holds like a 9 to 10 inch tablet slash laptop back here. Right now it's housing the rainfly on this bag. In front of that little pouch is going to be a little pocket. You can put 2 putters in here, or you can just leave the pocket, fold it back, and that way you can have an opening that holds 5 to 6 putters, sometimes 7 if you want to shove as many discs as you can in there. And then along the side of the putter pocket itself, there's 2 small compartments here. You can put your birdie bags or your minis. On the side here, you can even fit a rangefinder on one side. However, if you fit the rangefinder on one side, just know that it will protrude into the space here where your putters are, so it might be hard to get the putters in and out. The laptop sleeve compartment back here, I do not recommend putting a water bladder back there, because if it does leak, it will be very hard for this felt material to dry up. The stitching on this bag is made in China. However, the quality of the craftsmanship, I did find some stitching that was fraying on the patches around here. I have trimmed those up, but otherwise I haven't found any other stitching that's loose. And the craftsmanship is really good for a bag that's made overseas, considering that it has these little accents here and little touches to make sure the back looks clean, and it's to keep the stitching all nice and tidy and tucked away. The top of the putter flap has 2 snap buttons. These snap buttons go into the laptop sleeve like so. And then once it goes in like that, then the laptop sleeve has a snap button here that you press down and you snap that in, and that holds the flap in place. And that way it holds it out of the way, so now you have access to the whole entire pocket without the cover. Moving down from there, we have some Molly webbing, which is pretty unique on this particular bag. There are other bags on the market, I believe it's the West Side bags, that have some Molly loops here, it's functional on that bag. I haven't used it, but it looks functional. I don't know if it's as functional as this particular bag. So it has it all the way around the top of this bag, and it has it on the front with a Velcro patch that runs across. It also has it on the side, and as you can see, I've already added some Molly accessories. This is a D-ring. It's a 360D loop Molly accessory on each side to hold my towels. Moving down from there, we have a main compartment with the same waterproof zipper. It has a little flap here with the nice webbing to cover that up there. Underneath this flap, there's the same 200D nylon. There is no foam piece inside this little flap here. It does have this Velcro here. That Velcro mates with the Velcro underneath the putter pocket. This pocket can house a few discs in there. I've put 3 drivers in here and it fits fine. If you open that up, inside the pocket, same 200D liner, same color of this mint green color that's on the inside here. The unique thing about this bag is that inside, at the bottom here, there's going to be a foam bar that runs across the bottom towards the back of the bag. It is not touching the back of the bag. It is actually giving about a 2-inch gap between the back of the bag to the bar. That allows the disc to sit about a 1/2 inch of a space between the discs and the back of the bag. So that's what that little, and it's made of like soft foam bar that runs across the back of it. It is not hard rails whatsoever, because at the bottom of the bag it's just soft. It's a soft material. And you can see this foam right here as I'm pushing it. And you can hear that there's like a little plastic wrap around the foam, but it is not a hard rail whatsoever. You can see it's malleable, like I can push it and you can kind of see it bulging out. But once you put the disc on it, you don't see that pronounced bulging at all. Moving down from there, we have this same Molly system down here towards the bottom of the bag, again to put more accessories on there. And then that same soft bottom that I showed you earlier. So the rest of the bag, the front of the bag is pretty simple and very functional. Going on to the Pound itself, we have a very nice YKK zipper. These zippers are not waterproof. However, because this is a custom Pound bag, you can actually choose waterproof zippers for, I believe, an extra $10. $10 or $20. All the zippers would be waterproof in this gray color or charcoal color if you wanted to. I just chose not to have that because I like using rain flies versus having my zippers very hard to pull and not as smooth. Speaking of these zippers, pulling up, this is all 500D on top, so all the white stuff is 500D and all the bottom is 1000D. The one thing to notice about the Pound bag that's different between the Pound and this bag is hard to see is that a lot of companies will do the 500D and they'll say it's the bottom, but the thing is this part is like 500D. What I mean by that is they'll use this part, like the black portion. This black part is 500D, and this is 1000D, and this is 1000D, and this is 1000D, or this is 500D. They will only use the 1000D only at the bottom, but they don't necessarily use it on the pocket. And that is the case with this bag right here. Yes, it does say 1000D Cordura, but the 1000D Cordura only runs along here and along here, but not on this pocket. And it does run the bottom of this pocket right here, but it's the pocket itself is made of 500D. And you find that a lot on other bags as well, that is kind of similar setup, including the Squatch bags. So just know that certain panels are going to be the 500D, whereas Pound will take this whole entire thing, all of this is 1000D, including the pocket itself. So that's kind of the slight difference there. And anything from here up is 500D. So they do make a huge difference in terms of like where they use the 500D and where they use the 1000D. Okay. The other thing is that this pocket at the top does have the same webbing material that is to cover the stitching. So like I said, even though this is made in the USA, this bag is made in China, you got craftsmanship that are very similar in quality. It has this one snap button. The snap button is to fit in this little pouch back here. Behind this pouch there's a zipper pocket. The zipper pocket houses the water bladder, and you can put a 2 to 2.5 liter water bladder, probably 3 liter honestly. This thing is huge back here. I use it for rain fly right now, but in front of that it has this little flap. It has a snap button here. You're going to put this flap down, you're going to snap that in, and that's going to hold the putter pocket flap in place. Just like that. Keeps it out of the way, and now you have a whole entire cavernous pocket for your putters. And the Pound, they'll do the 500D running the bottom here, and they have 200D on the side here. Unlike the European Birdies, they got the 200D running all inside the putter pocket. So there's a slight difference in material that's being used in the Pound. Moving down from there, we have a mini pocket right there with the Pound logo. This right here is the main compartment. We have a zipper pocket here. This is not, it does not fit a disc. It will fit a scorecard in there. And then underneath there, there's some foam piece in here. We have 200D nylon. This is the red 200D nylon. You can actually choose different colors. That's really the unique thing about the Pound bag. We got a Velcro. It mates to the Velcro underneath the putter pocket, like so. Holds that up. And then inside of it, again, you got the 200D right here, 200D red right here, but all this is 500D, and you won't find that on the Frid II here. This is all 200D and not necessarily 500. The other thing that Pound does that I really haven't seen any other company do is that you notice the Alpine camo, which is with this white part right here, is 500D Cordura. They use that same material at the bottom of this inside the bag, and they put that sitting on top of the 1000D. So this bottom portion is actually a double layer. It's got 500D on top and then 1000D on the bottom. And I'll point out why that's important later on in the video here. And then we got a bungee cord here. This is to help hold your stool or your a retriever that you want. And then the bottom is just a soft bound material right here at the bottom. All right, so that's the Pound bag. Let's go ahead. That's the Pound on the front. Let's go out to the sides. The sides they differ a little bit. You can see the Pound kind of sits towards the front a little bit. This one kind of sits more upright. This on the European Birdies II here, the Frid II, sorry. The pocket doesn't run towards the top because they got this Male system at the top here for you to hook the accessories to. So what they've done is they have the pocket, long pocket, run from the bottom, and they just kind of like stop it right here. And they do have that same YKK zipper right here, and it opens up. It's really nice. I do kind of wish it was a little bit taller, only because when I try to I'll go on the other side and I'll show you later. But basically it opens up like this. We got the 200D in here. We got this is an umbrella sleeve, and it's phenomenal. I think this is a really good touch. Pound used to do it, and I kind of wish they still did it, but I know the cost is like really high to make this. But basically it's the same material that's the rest of the liner of the bag, and it runs from here all the way to the bottom of the bag. So it's a very secure system to hold an umbrella or a stool. We have pencil holders, marker holders. It's big enough to hold pencils or a full-size permanent marker here. We have a neoprene pocket, which is a nice feeling when you put stuff in there. And then the rest of the pocket is just one big pocket, which is really nice. Inside of that, you have another folded pocket here. It's kind of like a clamshell style pocket. It's a really nice touch on that. And then outside of that is another pocket, another zipper. And that, again, is to hold items that you need, like, like a birdie bag or poop bags for dogs. It has this little gusset right here. It creates a bit of space when you put something that's bulging out, like extra socks. It has a Velcro. I believe this is a 2x1, and I just have a flag on there right now. But yeah, it does have a Velcro piece on each side. And then you have this pocket right here, which is not zippered or covered. This has a very hard foam piece. It's a rigid material. It keeps the pocket rigid. However, it's really big. It's wide at the back and then narrow at the front. I don't know if you can see that in the video, but wide at the back and narrow at the front. So it's got like a wedge material. That makes the bag look very slim, but still functional. And then inside that pocket has an elasticated part that separates your water bottle from the back, from the front. So that way you can put other stuff in here like towels or extra pockets or things like that. So I think that's a really nice touch. And that little elasticated strap, you can actually tuck away. There's a way to tuck it into its own pocket that is sewn on the side of this pocket right here. This pocket also has a MOLLE system right here, so you can hook extra accessories to it. And then it has this Frid II logo that's sitting on the side, which some people like it. I don't really care either way. It's fine with me. The other side of the pocket here has a similar layout. The only difference is that this side does not have an umbrella sleeve. It just has one big neoprene piece. And like I said earlier, I wish this pocket would just sit a little bit taller. The reason for that is when I put my phone in here, it kind of like, you see how it's kind of like touching this zipper right here. And so I have to push it towards the back a little bit and pull that piece of fabric over to close it down if I want to close my phone in there. And then getting it in and out is a little tricky. I have to move this to get the phone out. So that's what I think, if they had made this pocket just a little bit taller up to this MOLLE line right here, it would be perfect to hold a cell phone. So that's just my opinion, or just put a pocket out here for the cell phone. I don't know, but that's what I think they should do. I know that they really meant to put the cell phones up here on the putter pocket like this. It's secure. I mean, this will work up here, but that's just something to make note of. And the rest of the pocket is pretty much similar to the other side. It's got a huge pocket at the bottom. It's got this little clamshell pocket right here. It also has this right here, just like the other side. And then on this pocket, same water bottle holder on this side, except this side, what I've done is I've removed that little strap that you saw, and I've tucked it away so you can see it's not in there. It's removed, it's gone. It's tucked away behind the sleeve back here. So that gives me room to put more discs in there. Side pockets on the Pound itself. The side pockets in the Pound runs from the top of the bag all the way to the bottom of the bag. So you get a huge amount of space. Just of note, the Octothorpe does not come with the side pockets this wide. They do come with this like a more narrow side pocket. If you order a custom bag or you get a deluxe bag or some of their Ambassador Series bag, this pocket is wide like this. To get the wide in standard, you have to go up to the Octo Haul if you're doing the custom program. However, with the custom program on the Octothorpe, you can choose to get this wide pocket for an extra $10. So just know that. If I open that up, it's huge, it's cavernous, it's nice and 200D nylon with the red interior. And we got the elasticated pocket, and this is what I was talking about with this pocket being taller. I put my phone in here, and look how nice that fits. I can grab this phone without it touching the top of this because this pocket sits a little bit taller up here. And I think that's what they need to do with this pocket right here on the Frid II. So there's that. And then The rest of the pocket is just one big cavernous pocket. It does not have that clamshell pocket on the inside like it does on the Frid II. The Octothorpe comes with that option. Actually, it comes standard with that. Just want to make a note here that the stitching on the inside, it has this nice cover right here, this edging cover, and that is the same thing that you see on the Frid II here. Not all bag companies do this. And I think this is a nice touch that they did this. And like I said, you got a made in China bag, we got a made in USA bag, and you got similar craftsmanship here. So just want to point that out, okay? And then on the outside of the hull pocket, you have the same kind of layout, the zipper here, and you got the 3x3 Velcro, and you got this gusset right here, except this pocket is so much bigger than the one on the Frid II. Like I can fit my hand in here. This one I can probably fit my hand in here too, but it's kind of a little bit of work to get the fist in there. You can see the fist running across, whereas this, I still have plenty of room on this side right here. So just keep that in mind. The rest of the side pocket here of this is this is zippered pocket here, and the Pound, all the Pound bags come with one of these insulated coolers, and then this flap, you just fold it down like that, and you just put this in like so. And that's how you hold your drinks in the Pound bag. This divider does move a little bit. It does adjust just a slight bit, about a ½ inch back and forward or backwards to accommodate for bigger bottles, 40-ounce bottles versus 32 versus 20. So that is the difference between how this is set up versus on the Frid II. The other side is almost identical. You have the same outer pocket right here. This pocket, it has zippers, whereas this doesn't have the zipper. It also can accommodate discs just like this side. It doesn't have that rigid feel here. It doesn't have the 200D liner on the inside. It just has this 1000D right here, along with the 500D as the interior part. Same pocket right here. This side, the difference here is that instead of having that big pocket here, it has pencil holders, marker holders, and it has this elasticated loop. It's got the same loop halfway down, right down here. This is for the umbrella holder and the stool holder. Pound used to make a whole entire sleeve that runs from here all the way to the bottom of the bag, just like the Frid II. They stopped doing that, and I don't know why, but I think I would rather have the sleeve because it's much more secure. I mean, this system still works. It's still secure. But that's really the difference, and I think the sleeve just makes it a little bit more secure compared to the elasticated straps. So that's the side of the bags. Let's go to the back of the bag here. The back of the bag, there's a lot of things going on in the back of the bag for both of them. The Frid II, we have the load lifters at the top. These straps are not removable, and they are sewn in. They are sewn in very well, actually, compared to some of the other bags I've seen on the market. We have a nice, thick, wide webbing. This is seatbelt material webbing that runs across here. The stitching does go down to right here. However, they have extra barn store stitching. They have extra stitching right here. They have 3 extra layers of stitching right here for the stress points to hold the straps in place, and the same thing on this side. You also feel this strap is feeding into, so I don't know if you can kind of see it. This haul loop goes diagonal into this strap right here, the shoulder strap, and then it gets feed down to where this is, and that gets stitched down. So they're all stitched together in one place. And the straps themselves has the load lifters. I've actually set it up right now to be deployed. Once you deploy that, this does have an excess strap keeper. It has the Velcro that moves up and down, which is really nice on both sides there. There's a sternum strap here, which functions very well. This webbing is the same webbing material that is on seat belts for automobiles. And then that's the same thing that they use on this hull loop here. The one thing I do notice is that this is 3D mesh material. It's very similar to this 3D mesh material on the Pound bags, except they have made this a lot wider, and they have made a huge curvature here. There is like a curvature that goes like this around and curves all the way. You can see the curvature right here. So it kind of curves and conforms to the shoulders, whereas a Pound, there's really only like one little curve like here. You can kind of see the difference of the two bags together. How much of a pronounced curvature on this strap is compared to the Pound straps. And I will tell you, even though this looks wider and uncomfortable for someone with the narrow shoulders like mine, this is actually really comfortable with the way they made these straps. And I don't know how they did and why they thought this would work, but it works fantastic. There is a snap button right here. This is for the rain fly. And then there's also strap keepers, and it's got the Velcro strap keeper. It's the same color as the rest of this bag, which I think is a really cool touch. On the Pound, you got the similar mesh material here. On the straps, you got a load lifter. It's already preset. Pound doesn't allow you to adjust these. It gets preset, so it comes deployed like this on all their bags. You have a sternum strap. Again, the same webbing that is used in seat belts, just not the webbing or the weave isn't as smooth as the one on here. And then the straps on the Pound are removable. There are 2 snap buttons here on each side. That comes off, and you can replace those, or you can get new straps to match your bag better, or whatever you want to do. And I think that's a really cool touch on the Pound bags themselves. The rest of the bag, the back of it is a 3D mesh material. And again, this is a color red. You can pick what other colors you want to go with your bag. I think it's a really cool touch. One of my favorite things about the Pound bags that they started doing was that they put this 1000D Cordura material at the bottom here. This is a stress point for the 3D mesh material because this gets rubbed on your lower back. It's easy to get ripped and whatnot, so that's why they put this here, and that just totally prevents that from having issues. There is a hard piece, like a plastic piece that runs along the back of this back here, and there's just nothing here, that's just soft. And this helps conform to your back very well. You can kind of see how I can just bend it, and it helps conform to your back very well. And it's very comfortable to wear this back for one of those reasons. The straps themselves do not come with strap keepers. I actually have to put this on myself. That's why you can see it's not the same color, it's just black. But that's one of the things that I really don't understand why Pound doesn't put that on there. I know it's an extra cost, but it would be nice for them to come like that. But just keep that in mind that they don't come with excess strap keepers. And that is really, oh, one more thing. Pound does have a snap button here. This is also for a rain fly. So that is the bag exterior. Let's go ahead and fill them up. All right, I got these loaded up. We're gonna add and take away some discs as we go when I'm doing the demonstrations, but right now we got some discs in here. So let's go ahead and get started here. On the Frid II, I have 5 putters up here. I have 2 in that little slot, and then I have 3 in front. And then on the side pocket here, I have a mini that can come in and out pretty easily. I think it's a really nice touch, and I think it's a cool little pocket to have things in here. I can also, if I really wanted to, I can put my phone right up here on this side. I just don't know if I want my putters to rub on my phone right there, so usually I don't use that pocket on one side. I only use one side for the mini. And then once I get to the course, once I have the mini, I just take the mini out, so I don't really go in and out of that pocket. I do put my wallet on this side here, so it kind of helps, keeps it away. But then again, like I said, the wallet's in here. Someone might just put their hand in and grab it, but who knows? This pocket right here, I can definitely put some discs in there. So right now I can do 1 putter in there. 2 putters will fit in there fine. And then you can definitely fit 2 drivers in there easily, no problem at all. The main compartment right now I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. You can definitely fit 20 in here, but right now I have a ton of fairway drivers in here. So that's 18. So right now I have 2 putters, 1, 2, 2 mid-range, and then we have, let's see here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 fairway drivers, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 distance drivers. So that's 18 in here. You can definitely fit 20 in here if you don't have so many putters and mid-ranges. So just a demonstration here. So that's 18 plus 5 up here is 23. And then you can certainly fit more on this side over here, like that. So there's 2 putters in there. Fits very nicely. 2 putters on that side. The thing with this pocket is that because it's narrow at the front, you can't really fit too many discs. Like you can try to like jam it in here, but 2 putters is the maximum that I can see in here. So 3 drivers basically on this side pocket. So that's roughly 25 discs. And then if you were to use this inside, which I normally don't, I'm not a huge fan of using this pocket for discs. You can fit 3 more in here. So that's like you're going up to 30 discs pretty quick with this bag if you're using it for field work. On the Pound itself, so recap on this capacity on this bag. You're looking at 23 comfortably, 25 comfortably, if you don't carry as many mid-range and fairway drivers as I do. So 25 on that one, and then you can add 2 on each side here, so that's 29. So you're looking at 30 discs with this bag, easily. On the Pound itself, the putter pocket on the Octothorpe is 4. The Octohawk can go up to 5. As far as main compartment, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So there's 20 jammed in here right now. I have mostly drivers in here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mid-range and no putters, and mostly distance drivers, so not a lot of fairway drivers. The side pocket on the Pound, because it's not a wedge shape like this, where it's wide at the back and narrow at the front, you can actually fit more discs in here. So there's 2 putters, 3 putters, 4 putters. So that's 4 putters. So that was 4 up here, 20, 24 plus 4, that's 32 right there. So you can do 32 discs on the Pound easy. That's not to say the Frid II is a slouch. It can definitely hold 30 discs, no problem. But if you're going to carry one side, you're looking at 4, 24 plus 4 here, so that's 28. So you can carry 28 comfortably with the Pound here, and then 25 comfortably with this, like realistically speaking. The water, so let me get to the water bottle in a minute, but I just want to show you like the difference between carrying 25 discs here and 24 discs here. So 24 discs here, the putter pocket, you can take things in out pretty easily on the Pound. I mean, it's a Pound. Like I think Pound like pioneered this pocket to be this big and carry as many putters as possible. On the Frid II, there's 5 putters on here, and the 2 in the back pocket here, it does take a little bit of getting used to, but once I got used to it, I actually like that my 2 putting putters are away from the other guys. So that's one of my favorite things right now about this bag, is that I'm able to get my throwing putters and my approach putters away from these 2. And there's still room to put other putters in here, but I like it loose like this. And so getting putters in and out is pretty easy. And then getting the 2 putting putters, because it's elasticated, you can actually press it and take it out. It's pretty easy as well. So that's my favorite thing about this pocket. Not that it matters, because on the Pound, I know which one's my putting putters, but it's nice that it's like got room up here to like separate the 2 putting putters. So if you're into that kind of thing, that's something you can look into with the Frid II. The main compartment. On the Pound itself, getting disc in and out, pretty simple, nothing crazy. You can get disc in and out pretty easily. Let me go ahead and grab a mid-range really quick. So there we go. On the end, however, you can kind of see there's a disc in here, but it's hidden behind this flap here. I have to go in here and pull this out. So you can tell, one hand's holding it, the top back here, and the other hand's pulling this out, and you can see kind of like what I'm fighting with here. Let's see, to get it to go back, okay? It's kind of the same thing over here. Yeah, so I kind of have to like pull it to get out. And then the middle of the pocket, if I pull this out, you can kind of see how much this is giving out, okay? I never noticed this about Pound bags. I never noticed this about any bag until I got this bag, and I'll show you why in a minute. But you can kind of see that there is this thing that's kind of giving a little bit so that we can pull this disc out, all right? So just know that's what we're seeing. Now see what happens with the Frid. And I have 18 in here. I can totally take the mid-range out and put 20 in here if I wanted to, but it's stuffed. You can see every single disc in this bag. It looks like an open bag design. You can see the disc on the end here. You can see the disc on the end here. It's not hiding behind anything. Watch what happens when I pull the disc out. And I'm going to do this without holding the top of the bag with this hand. I'm just going to do it with this, this left hand. So here's the end. And this is a Halo Wraith. And I literally just pulled it out without fighting. I'm going to put it back in. And again, I'm not even touching the bag. Okay, I'm going to do it for the front disc. Now the most disc in the front here. And you're going to see, and that's me taking it out with one hand. And this is stuffed. Now I'm going to do the middle, and you're going to watch what's going on here, right here. And again, just watch what happens. And you see nothing is coming, like this barely, like it didn't even move. I don't think it even moved at all. I'm going to put it back in, and we're going to do it again with another disc. As a matter of fact, we'll do it with the mid-range drive. Okay, I'm going to pull it out, and this thing barely moves, this bottom piece here. Whereas the Pound, if I try doing that, you can see how much this is giving out. Okay, it's a little bit more pronounced than the Frid II. So that's the difference in the main compartment and how the discs are being held and how it functions. This just sits a little bit higher up, and because of that, the discs come in and out so much easier. As far as the water bottle goes, I have a towel here, and this towel is hooked onto the D-ring. The one thing about this bag is that this bag doesn't come with D-rings. It just comes with the Molly system, so you have to buy these Molly accessories. And I think European Birdies is supposed to be making some accessories to go with this, the Molly system. But right now, I just ordered this off Amazon to have a place to hook my towel. And then you can see how this sleeve works great to hold this retriever right now. And it holds it in place. It's not moving anywhere. And the water bottle holder, you can see it right here. It works really well. I don't know if it's going to work well with that patch there, but you can, yeah, it comes in and out pretty simple. I'm going to remove that. And it's very seamless with the water bottle. Like I said, if this pocket was a little bit taller, so this patch would move up, it'd be out of the way of this bottle. And then the front part of this water bottle, you can put extra towels or a t-shirt or something in front there. So that's a nice, it's a nice pocket. I like this pocket a lot. And it holds, this is a 32-ounce bottle. And on the Pound, it comes with D-rings. So it's got D-rings on the shoulder straps here. So I can just hook this in here. I don't have to buy an extra accessories. And then on the side here, the water bottle fits perfectly in that insulated cooler there. I can put it to the front if I wanted to, and that leaves the back for me to put the towel in. So yeah, it's a nice setup on the Pound. It's just not as rigid. This is what makes it rigid. But on the Frid II, both sides, the pockets have built-in rigidity, and it kind of keeps the bag rigid, firm, if anything. So yeah. So that's how the two function, and I really like this compartment better than this on the Pound. There's also something else I like about this compartment that it has, and I'm gonna wear it so I can show it to you right now. All right, so this is the part of the video where I put it on. I'm gonna put the Pound bag on. It has a water bottle in there, so I'm gonna put the Pound bag on first. And these are set for me. I just want to also point out something. I am 5'1" female. I do not have broad shoulders, and so I'm also pretty short with a very short torso compared to most people who wear disc golf bags. The other thing is that I wear my bags very high. I do not wear it sagging down like with like a half a foot of straps hanging off my back. I wear it very high up on my shoulders. I like my bags high because I don't like anything sagging on my back if I could help it. So here's the Pound bag. It is set for me right now in the most comfortable position. The sternum strap on. All right. So that is from the side. That's from the back. And that's from the side. I want you to notice that with the Pound, how much sag it has. Right at the bottom here. Okay, now I'm going to put on the Frid II, and this is where the main compartment, I'm going to move the water bottle over so that we make it fair. The main compartment on the Frid II has that little foam bar that I was telling you about. I'm going to put that on right now. Again, I like to wear my bags really high. I don't like wearing it sagging. Sternum strap. Oh man. Okay, this is from the front. This is from the side. This is from the back. This is from the side again. And this is back to the front. And I want you to notice how much sag this bag has. It's very minimal sag, if any, compared to the Pound. And the reason for that is because that little bar, and it's hard to show. I'm going to try to show it in a minute here the best as I can. But when I put this bag on, it feels like one solid shell that goes around my back like this. And the reason for that is because none of the discs are touching the back of the bag. None of them are. All I'm feeling is just the back of the bag conforming like this and like this, like a shell and like a shell like this. So there's something wrapping around like this and something wrapping around like this. So you can see right now here, if I hold the Pound bag up, you can see this little sag right here. See that little sag? Yeah. And I can touch it. And then you can see how right here, the discs are touching here, and you can feel that's a plastic piece touching all the discs back there. So if I hold it like this, the discs are sagging underneath. See that? Okay. Now let me hold the Frid II. And you can see there's very little sag, if any at all, compared to the Pound. Okay? And then there's this space. Here's the foam, and there's a space right here. If I touch this, there's a plastic piece in here, but the thing is, this foam plastic, it's not touching the disc because there are no discs up against this wall. It's just air. And that's the difference between the two bags. And that's what makes the Frid II surprisingly comfortable. And if you wear it for like one round, you won't really notice the difference. But if you wear it for 2 rounds in one day, you start noticing the difference. And it's different, and it's a really good different. And I'm loving the fact that the Frid II did this in their bags. All right, this video might run long, but I gotta show you guys this. So this is going to be what the Rainfly looks like with the Frid II. Okay, so here's the Rainfly on the Frid II. There is a button right here. This button mates with this button at the top. And what I normally do is I normally put the bottom of the bag in first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it like this. And then I'm going to, hopefully this will show up on camera. So the bottom of the bag, here we go. This is the bottom of the bag. There's like these little corners here. You can kind of see the little corners with the magnets here. This bottom part right here will go on the bottom of the bag, like so, like that. And you can kind of already see the two magnets here. Then you just lift the rest of it up like that, stand it up, and now you can lift it up so much easier. And then you're just gonna have to adjust it a little bit to make sure all the corners fit, and then make sure that this button is lined up with that button. And that's pretty much it on how to put this rainfly on for the Frid II. It's a very simple design, very intuitive. It's not difficult, and it's already elasticated, so you don't have to cinch anything down. But you can kind of see that's how it looks there. I'm just going to adjust this a little bit so you guys can see, get a better view of this. So there you go. That's what the Frid II looks like with the rainfly on. Let's go ahead and do that for the Pound here. The Pound is folded down like this. I'm just really anal, so I fold it down, but Pound's material is definitely much thicker than this material. But basically it's just one giant turtle shell, and I'm kind of do the same thing. You can see how big this is compared to the Frid II here. So this is the bottom of it. You can see it's got dirt because I use it a lot. I leave it like that. I take the bag, I put it upside down, facing down like that. And then I just slide the shell in, wrap everything around it, sort of like so. You can kind of see how it kind of looks already. And then stand it up, making sure that the snap mates with the snap here, like so. And then adjust everything, cover the towel, cover everything, just like that. It's got a cinch cord here. Cinch that down. And with the Octothorpe, you really have to cinch it really down. Otherwise, if you don't, I used this in a downpour one time. If you don't cinch this down, it will create a pool of water right here, and they'll seep in and like get all of your stuff wet on the inside. So I would recommend like cinching it down as tight as possible so that water doesn't get into the bottom here. Now this rainfly is made for also the Octothorpe, so it fits both sizes. So it can be a little big if you don't cinch it down properly. So there you go. That's how it fits on the Octothorpe, and you can kind of see how they look with the rainflies on there. They look pretty neat. The difference with the Pound is that this material is much thicker. It's got this like bed truck seal in here compared to the European Birdies. I mean, they got the seal here, they got the waterproof seal here. Pound doesn't really do that. I don't think they really care. But the difference is that you got a magnet here on the Pound here, and then you got two more magnets here. There's three magnets. What happens is you pull this up, access to the putters, and then you have access to this pocket right here, which I love this feature. You also have access to the water bottle down here. I love that feature. I absolutely love this feature about the Pound rainfly. And then you get to the main compartment and just do that. And that's literally how that works. You do not have access from the behind to get water or anything like that. You access from the top. The European Birdies rainfly, you actually open it up, you have access to the putter at the top here. And then you have access to the main compartment. But in order to access the side pockets, you actually have to go from behind like this. Like so. To get to this top compartment, which I think is why they made this lower, because that would make sense. And I think Grip does the same thing. They make this lower for this access here, which is maybe why, but I think with European Birdies it's due to the Molly system. But it does help the fact this is lower. And then you get your water bottle right there. But then you put it back like that. So they function, except you have a $30 rainfly and an $80 rainfly. So there you go. So that's my comparison between the European Birdies Frid II and the Pound Octothorpe. There's a really good amount of similarities and a really good amount of differences that make each bag very unique and very functional and comfortable. Overall, the Pound looks prettier, but not by much. I actually gravitate to functionality very, very much. And so this bag is not far off in looks. I think because it functions so well as a disc golf bag that I find it very attractive overall as a package compared to the Octothorpe. At the end of the day, when I'm out on the course with this bag for 2 rounds in one day, I find it to be more comfortable and I find it to be very enjoyable to wear slightly, a little bit more than I do with my Octothorpe. And the Octothorpe is by no means, like if you've been watching my channel, I've been obsessed with Pound. I've had over 12 Pound bags in my life and I'm obsessed with Pound bags. If I could own all the Pound bags that are unique, I would totally do it. However, at the end of the day, I did not ever think I would find a bag that was even comparable to a Pound bag. I knew that they would get close. I didn't know it would be comfortable in a different way. And the way this bag is made is comfortable in a different way. And in long term, for 2 rounds, I love the package. It's a neat package. It's very compact. And I don't feel it sloshing around as much as I do with my Pound bag. The other thing is that Pound's cost is not just the American labor. That's more than the labor from China. But the cost is associated with their customization program, and no bag, including Frid II from European Birdies, no bag company offers the customization and the unique style that a Pound is currently offering. So anywhere from color from the top material to the patch color, to the zipper sliders, to the zipper pulls. The zipper slider on this one is red. You can pick an array of different colors. The zippers themselves can be a different colors. I could have totally had this red zippers instead of gray. And the liner, you can also choose the different liner on the inside. Right now I have it red, but you can choose it turquoise, you can choose it pink. I mean, there's a whole ton of different colors. Pound is also now working with the company that makes Cordura to use recycled material called Recore. And they are going to roll out that onto their customization program. A lot of their Deluxe or the Ambassador series and their Omakase series all have now incorporated the Recore Cordura material, which is 100% recycled material from water bottles that is turned into Cordura. It's got a nice shine to it. It's more sun resistant. So Pound has done a lot in terms of where they are going with their company, and it sets themselves way apart from any other company that makes bags. So that's where most of the price is coming from, because in order to customize a bag with the level of customization that Pound has to offer, there's a lot of cost associated with it. So even the straps, these normally come with gray, charcoal, or tan. I was able to choose red material on the top and the red mesh material, and the same thing with this mesh. So there's a lot of options to choose from to create a bag that's unique to your style. So yeah, so you know, that's something that Pound offers that European Birdies, Grip, Squatch, you know, any other big bag companies, Grip EQ, they just do not offer what Pound offers. Not only does Pound make an awesome quality bag and a comfortable bag, and they've pioneered how a backpack should feel, but they also offer a customization program that is unmatched. It can't even be matched because nobody's doing it. So that's where the price difference is. This bag was almost $600. Including the rainfly. The rainfly was 80 bucks, so it was like over $600 for this bag. And this bag was $400. I got lucky and got a coupon, so it was $360. But at the end of the day, they're both expensive bags for what the company was trying to do, but they are expensive for different reasons. And at the end of the day, they're superbly comfortable, they're superbly functional, and the craftsmanship is phenomenal on this. Yes, this bag had a little bit of thread issues on the side, but it was just for the patches only. It wasn't cleaned up. Not that the thread is coming off. No thread has, I've not found any thread that's coming off of the bag at all. It's just that excess thread, they didn't cut it, they didn't trim it. I find those things annoying, so I talk about it, but it's nothing that's coming off of this. There's no fraying on the materials, nothing like that on this bag that I have found. Those thread that I found, the reason why I trimmed them was because it's not a functional issue. It was like kind of more like a cleanliness issue, so I trimmed it. If it was a functional issue, I would totally bring it up. Or if it was excessive, meaning like every other thing that I found, thread was coming off, or if it's just fraying after me using it when I first got it, it wasn't fraying, then yes, I'm gonna make a big deal out of it and bring that up. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to say between these two bags. I will do a full detail review and talk and give 100% full attention on this bag at a later time. But for right now, I just want to show you guys what the differences are between a European premium bag and a USA premium bag. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Dimensions and weight are at the bottom in the description of this video, along with the links of where to get these bags. Otherwise, if you have any comments or questions, leave it in the comment section below and I will get back to them as soon as I can. Otherwise, I hope you're having a good new year and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.